All right, so I'm back with another reaction, man. We coming at you with we need to talk. So we gonna dive straight into it, man. We ain't gonna do all the extra talking. Let's get it.
Listen, it's the message right here. Black boy, tell me how you really feel. Cause I just wanna build with you. Black girl, tell me how you really feel. I wanna keep it real with you. I wanna live better, eat better. I wanna love better, sleep better. Yeah, I wanna feel so aligned.
Are men and women equal?
In what way?
You tell me. You can go whichever way you want.
These are very broad.
Intentionally broad.
They're all broad. Okay. I see what's going on. Are men and women equal? In some ways, yes. In other ways, no. Like, I feel like men and women can balance one another as far as like what men can do, some things women can't do, and what women can do, men can't do. I feel like we're very like yin and yang. We can balance each other very well, but in some ways, as far as like what society deems, I feel like men are typically more superior, according to society, because men typically get paid more, and men typically are listened to quicker than women are. It's a lot of things that society gives to men that women kind of have to fight for, kind of have to, work their way up towards just to get a balance the same as, men naturally get.
Oh man, it's heartbreaking, man, because we see just how easy it is for our sisters to be manipulated, and how easy it is for them to believe a lie and continue to speak and say the lie over and over and over. There's not many situations where, I don't think there's any, where you can go into a job where a man is getting paid $25 an hour, and just because she's a woman, she's getting paid $20 an hour. Men are not just getting paid more like that, you know what I'm saying? And most of the time, and if it's a job where they're being paid more, it's because they negotiated a higher salary. It's not like you coming in, you finna get the base. That's not what happens. That's not the truth. y'all allowed them to tell y'all that, and y'all just ran with it, and y'all don't care to fix it. Like it's almost like at this point, it's you willfully ignorant. You willfully don't care about what the truth is. You wanna believe the lie, and that's what it is. Because in most of these situations, right? Like she said men are more easily, or they naturally they naturally are listened to. They naturally are put in these places. I don't think a lot of women understand just what men go through. If you're not a top dog, if you're not willing to fight for your shit, dudes that don't move like that, they're at the bottom suffering. It's really dog eat dog in a male sphere. It's dog eat dog. You don't just get ahead just because you're a man. You're gonna get shitted on over and over and over again if you're not willing to compete and fight for what you want. Women do not understand that. They think just because you're a man that you're gonna get some shit done. That's not what it is. And the easiest way to learn that is to get into sports early on, especially for a man. You learn very quickly that we're not all equal. You learn very quickly, and people gonna tell you the truth. You're not that good. And especially your friends. You trash. They're gonna tell you that out the gate. There's no, I don't know. I think women just think it's easy to be a man, and I don't think they fully understand.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Do you think there is, like in a modern context, do you feel like there's a battle of the sexes? Like one side trying to show the other side that I'm better than you, or trying to prove that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I would say so, because I feel like I'm not gonna say all men, because that's a general statement, but I feel like a good bit of men, you know, they do deem themselves as superior because of what society has instilled for a long time. And so women are now coming up and saying, you know, well, why is he doing the same job that I'm doing, but I'm getting paid like $5 less than he is? Or why does he get to say what he feels and he...
Yo, real talk. Please find an example of a job where it's not salary based that you can negotiate. Find me a situation that this is happening. Please. I really just want to see the numbers on that. Because if it's not a situation where you're going into a space and they told a man to everybody's face, he's getting paid more than you because you're a woman, I don't get where this stuff is coming from. Because the thought is, why would they just hire all women? It'll be a higher profit margin. I don't understand. That makes more sense. Why would I hire a man if I gotta pay him more? Please stop this. Stop. Sis, if you have evidence, bring it forth. Show us some documents. Show us some data where men and women are going into the same jobs where it's not negotiable what you're getting paid, and they're getting paid less because they women. Come on, man.
Seen as being opinionated and strong, but when I try to do that, I'm emotional and I need to calm down and I'm doing too much. So it's just like, I think there is a battle because things are kind of shifting, and I think things are wanting, as far as like society is wanting things to be more equal. So I think there is kind of the battle. Women are like, nah.
So with the pay gap thing, is that a thing?
It is a thing.
Okay, explain that.
It's a thing. I'm not gonna say I have experience, but I have experience of basically a guy who's just coming into a job that I had no experience. I have been there for some years and started at a certain wage. He came in with no experience and automatically made like $3 more than I did. And I didn't find out until later on. I'm just like, well, what's the, you know, not quite understanding.
So they did a study on it. And part of the reason that is, so it's two main reasons, and I'm not gonna go super deep because I'm not that smart, but one of the reasons is women tend to not negotiate, right? So there's a chance, especially if it was a white dude, he probably came in saying, I want $3 extra than whatever you guys are offering. Women tend to not negotiate. The second reason for the pay gap is that men usually choose jobs that pay more than women. And those jobs tend to be riskier, those jobs tend to be in STEM and things like that, whereas women tend to go to humanities. Those jobs don't pay as much. But the third thing too is employers recognize or think that men are more willing to throw themselves at their work than women. Yeah. Like women prioritize later.
They're less likely to not come to work because of a child. Very simple.
Have kids, I need maternity leave, things like that. And that gives men leverage to demand more money. So that's what the pay gap is. It's not actually that men are making more money than women doing the same thing the same way. Thoughts?
But I think it is. But that is what it is. It's like, yeah, those reasons exist. When you look on paper, Tommy's making this amount of money and Julia over here is making $3 or $4 less regardless of...
I refuse to argue with people like this. Refuse. You just listen to all that. When the studies show that it's not that on paper. If Tommy came in here and negotiated to get more money and you didn't, you can't say, oh, you did that because I'm a woman. No, he did that because you didn't negotiate. Like, what? Like, a man doing this would be fucking homeless. If a man sat around and just complained about not getting what he didn't earn or ask for and didn't work for, you would get shitted on. But they don't think that men live in a harsh reality like that. Stop it, sis. You just heard all of that. You just Heisman Trophy that shit. You heard what he said, and it's actually studies on that stuff. The documents are out. The studies are out. You can go look this up. Stop it, sis. Come on, man.
But context matters, right?
No, when it comes to paycheck.
Why are we talking about this? Why?
It doesn't.
Okay, let me give you an example.
When it comes to payday, he still got paid more than me.
Let me give you an example. So one of the big debates is the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
They are demanding that they should make just as much as the NBA. Let's talk about it.
They're doing the same thing. Okay, now I will have full disclosure in saying I am not a sports person. So I know very basic knowledge. They're doing the same thing, aren't they?
No.
They're not both playing basketball? What is the women doing?
Playing women's basketball.
No. They're still but fundamentally, the game is the same, is it not? Do they have different rules?
Yes.
Like,
The 3-point line is further in men. I think the quarters are different, but ultimately the reason women get paid, the female basketball players get paid less is because if you look at a WNBA game, the bleachers are like 25% full.
no, that's sad.
Yeah, so
They deserve support too, that's sad.
so
That's not nice.
the salary is a consequence of the support. The support isn't a consequence of the salary. So like, why should Candace Parker get paid as much as LeBron James?
But I still think at the end of the day, regardless, they're still doing the same thing.
No, but
This is why you can't have these conversations with them. You can't have these conversations with them. They don't have the understanding. It don't compute. That's why God said we was the ones that had the understanding. We are the ones supposed to guide them and teach them. They don't understand. Like, for instance, right, you look at the NFL, their contracts went up just recently. The NBA too. They signed a new deal with TV. You know what I'm saying? So it brought in more money, so their contracts went up. Okay, let's even go back in the old days when before the NFL was on TV, or before, you know what I'm saying, they was broadcasting to millions upon millions of homes at a time. They were not making as much money. So now when you're able to broadcast and you're able to sell commercial spots, it increases the money. So guess what? By the demand being higher, the money is higher. The workers get paid more. If you performing and y'all are not bringing in no revenue, y'all are not bringing the ticket sales are not going up, the ad sales are not going up, your pay can't go up. That's like working at a job where you get paid by production. Your production stay the same, but you want to raise. They're gonna look at you like you stupid. They're gonna look at you like you're not being logical. They're gonna look at you like you're not being reasonable. So if you could look at, women don't like watching women's basketball, but they will watch LeBron James. But then they turn around and complain about the women not getting paid the same. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I sit around and watch WNBA. I don't watch the NBA, but I understand why people watch the NBA. I understand why their money is higher. When you look in the stands, it's tens of thousands of people screaming their head off. When you look outside, it's probably 100,000 people standing outside. It's millions of people watching on TV. They're engaged. The money's coming in. WNBA, not quite. It's very simple. It's hard to argue with people like this. Do not argue with people like this, because this is like being lied to, and you believe and trust in it so bad that you won't let it go. You won't let it go. You so ingrained in your mind that men and women are the same and they should get paid the same that you just will not let it go. It doesn't make sense. It don't make sense. And I say this all the time. When I see stuff like this is that Eve spirit. You know what I'm saying? This is that we the same. We should get treated the same. This is Genesis chapter 3. The serpent telling her, hey, y'all can be gods. Adam was already a god. He wasn't gonna benefit from that. But who had to benefit from that? Eve had to benefit from that. Feminism right there in the Bible. I'm just like you. I'm a god too. No, sis, we're not the same. Why should you get looked at like me and I got more responsibilities? Why would I? That doesn't make sense. It's the same spirit. It's the same thought process. You won't let it go, Eve. Let it go, Eve. Let it go. Let it go.
What I'm saying is, where does the money come from to pay Candace Parker?
He goes right into it.
I don't know where money comes from to pay them. Is it like, as far as basketball goes, their money comes strictly from ticket sales and fans and all that?
It's ticket sales, it's endorsement deals, it's you say both of those things, ticket sales, endorsement deals, right? So if I am drafting a player and he can get me ticket sales,
right,
and he is a highly sought after player, he's going to make more money, whereas
supply and demand.
WNBA. And what's ironic about it, even the women who complain that WNBA players don't get paid enough, don't go to WNBA games, don't watch WNBA. So where is this money
Great minds.
supposed to come from?
It sounds like they need to get creative. Or it sounds like...
What? They playing the same game, sis, remember? Creativity out. Like they playing the same game. I'm done, man. I think this is just another one of those situations where it's willful ignorance. It's like it's like Kevin Samuels say, the need to be right. It's like you refuse to say, okay, I was wrong. Okay, we was wrong. Okay, it's not the same. Okay, it's not as interesting. It's not as fun. It's not as exciting because woman empowerment. Come on, man. Y'all gotta let it go, man. But I'm gonna stop the video right there, man. Y'all can go finish watching the clip, man. I can't watch no more sis, man. Oh my God, man. Sisters that kind of move like this kind of irk my soul a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like you can't really reason with them. You can't. It doesn't matter how many facts you bring out. It don't matter how much logic you bring out. It doesn't matter how easy you lay it out. It's just not gonna compute, man. You can't argue with these type of people, man. It's gonna really have your blood pressure high, and don't do that to yourself, man. It is what it is. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I'm out.